We saw exactly what you would expect to find in a century-old house. Broken windows, broken pipes, extensive water damage, peeling paint, mold, mildew, disrepair caused by long-term neglect.
That house? Woo! It's a game changer.
That house was a total bust. I mean, random EMF spikes all over the place. And they're non-ionizing EMF spikes, which means that they were probably caused by our cell phones or a nearby thunderstorm.
But there were no nearby thunderstorms.
Our phones, then.
I just want Season to stop rationalizing everything. I want her to accept the evidence of her heart and of her eyes. I want her to tune herself to the frequency of the universe and admit she finally experienced something too.
Listen, it's my job to keep Elvis honest. Okay, we did see something weird, but not something paranormal. Skepticops certainly won't accept it as evidence.
Tell the audience what we all saw.
Well, on the hike back, we were halfway back to the car in the dark, and Elvis realized he lost his phone. So we had to head back. Another 3-hour hike in the woods. Again.
So we go back to the house and, it's pitch black and it's different. The light is very different inside with the sundown. And I noticed there's this small child-size crawl space in one of the rooms. I mean, I hadn't even noticed it before. And as I look at it, I see there's something face down on the floor at the lip of the crawl space. And it's a doll. It's a doll. It's one of Bullock's dolls, like from the mill in the 1920s and 1930s. The kind of doll he would give to the sick and dying children of Woodpire Mill. Well, I didn't see this. I was looking for my phone, but apparently your cameras caught it. The doll went from like a face plant. Boop. I mean, you saw it. You tell me. So I picked up the doll. And I had in my hands, in my palms, in my thumbs and my pinkies, this piece of paranormal history. And I felt this electric vibe go through my whole body as I realized I had become part of the story of Woodpire Mill. So after I set the doll down, I, was looking for my phone and I found it. I don't remember putting it down, but, I often don't remember putting my phone down. I found it on the table with the child's skull and I picked it up. And of course we had to hike all the way back to Ridley's car, again in the middle of the night. And as we're getting there, I realized I lost my wallet.
Typical Elvis.
So we had to schlep it back to the house. Whew, now Season was really not happy. I don't even think she was talking to me at this point. And we find the wallet, and it's right next to the doll in the crawl space. And again, I don't remember losing it.
What I felt when I first saw the doll was nothing more than the third man fallacy.
Can you explain that term to our viewers?
Yes. The third man fallacy is the mistaken belief, not uncommon, experienced during times of anxiety, that we are accompanied by an unseen force or spirit.
The third man fallacy? Come on, Season. Really?
Really. Ernest Shackleton felt an incorporeal presence when he was on his Antarctic expedition in the 1910s. He wrote about it in his diary. And T.S. Eliot wrote about the third man in The Wasteland in 1922. Who is the third who walks always beside you? When I count, there is only you and I together. But when I look ahead up the white road, there is always another walking beside you.
And what is your explanation for the third man fallacy?
A very human coping mechanism for dealing with stress. We simply imagine we're not alone when facing danger, so we conjure God as our co-pilot, for lack of a better term.
And what about the doll?
He could have fallen off a shelf in the crawl space.
So the third man fallacy is
nothing more than the product of an overly romantic or fantasy-prone mind.
She's talking about me, right? I'm not imagining this. We all saw that doll.
But Santa Claus, or your dad, or even Bigfoot, you have a history of believing.
Can we not talk about my dad anymore, please?
I'm talking about a bicameral mentality. Some people, notably dreamers and poets, imagine their emotions are not their own, that they come from outside, from spirits or
Evil dolls? Or the paranormal? You're talking about Elvis.
You present a carefully crafted image. Wet spots, MILF meters. You've been hunting the paranormal all your life, yet on camera, you make those blunders, especially in front of Season. Only, they aren't mistakes or blunders, are they?
I like to keep things light. I don't think that's a crime.
Why?
Season loves verbal men. She loves the dance. Alyssa, I'm competing against a younger, wealthier, better-looking stud from Texas. All I have is my mouth. I don't want Season to see this. You're going to delete this, right?
Yeah. Sure.
I know all those things are true. Mark is all of those things. But I have to believe that he isn't. I have to believe that I can win Season back. You're going to delete this, right?
So my story of Elvis Bragg and his fixation with the paranormal morphed into a story about his abnormal fixation with Season, the ex-wife he still loves. Season said Elvis has an overly romantic and fantasy-prone mind, which is what we witnessed here. Apart from any revelations of the paranormal at Bullock House, this is actually a story about human nature, just like Season said. Elvis is a desperate man who, as a child, couldn't save his family and today is trying to save his marriage, even at the cost of his fortune and reputation. Unfortunately, my investors feel the same way. That it's not exactly a hoax, but it's not a genuine inquiry into the paranormal. Consequently, they pulled funding from my documentary. I had to do something this week that I have been putting off far too long. I had to tell Elvis the bad news. The project is off. That I'd be packing up my equipment and going home. But then, something happened that changed everything again. He is going to be heartbroken. Do not let him talk me out of it. This is over. It has to be. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. Film it. Film it. Get a close up.
Oh, come on. This is a hoax. It's just a doll. Bragg set us all up.
I didn't know this damn doll was on my porch. My porch. I lost my wallet in the mountains. It must have found my driver's license, read it, and then commuted here or hitchhiked.
Oh, give me a break. The doll can read now? Can it wipe its own ass, too?
It follows all the way from Woodpire Mill. That's the only answer that makes any sense.
Let's call Detective Stiles. This doll is evidence in a criminal investigation.
Not yet, Alyssa, not yet.
Season? Why not? Why the hell not?
Because, Mark, if we turn this doll over to the police, we're going to be waiting for days. We still don't have any information on the cigar box or its contents.
Well, the police did give me my car back, and they washed off where you had the bloody handprints.
No. I'm going to do this examination myself. I've got my kit. I'm going to check the doll for fingerprints, hair, particles, everything. We're going to find out the truth today, and I sincerely hope neither one of you has anything to hide.
Season, you're interfering in an investigation.
Calm down, Mark.
Did you just tell me to calm down?
Want to see the instant replay?
Come on in. Sit down. Let's pick up where we left off.
Where we left off. Okay. So I could provide you with a host of other explanations for what we felt while exploring that house. One's far more plausible than ghosts. Electrical anomalies over the right temporal lobe, for instance, have been known to generate the third man experience, as has exposure to toxic mold, and we definitely saw plenty of mold in that house.
But to be clear, Season, you saw the doll. You felt what Elvis felt, what I felt. You felt it.
Yes, I received an emotional message from myself, but I'm choosing to ignore it.
But certainly.
I've cautioned you before about emotional contagion, haven't I? Alyssa, people we care about sometimes want to believe in something so much, so deeply, like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot, or in Elvis's case, Santa Claus, that we actually experience their feelings, their desires with them. I've told you, it's Elvis's world and we're just living in it. Now he's pulled you into his orbit just like Bleeder or the professor.
But the idea of emotional contagion, of predictive programming, you imbue Elvis with tremendous powers of persuasion.
You don't?
Elvis is a klutz. I do not experience him as some sort of Svengali or Rasputin, no.
So you think I'm making this all up?
The third man fallacy is about believing that your own thoughts and feelings were put there by someone else or something else outside of you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is this not what you're doing with Elvis?
I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
You're still in love with him, Season.
That's not the case, I assure you.
You claim that you're a victim of bicameral mentality, that you hear his voice inside of you telling you what you think and feel. Is it possible at all that the voice that you're ignoring is your own, that's telling you that you're still in love with him?
I think I've made my point abundantly clear. I'm with Mark now. I need a drink. Can we take a break?
Sure.
I'll look for evidence on the doll. I'll seal it up in an evidence bag. Alyssa will record everything. Chain of custody will be thoroughly documented.
Okay, great, but Season, I see your juices are flowing, you're all hot and bothered, but I don't think you should touch this doll.
Why not? Isn't that what all of this is about? You finding out the truth? About finding out finally if Santa Claus is real?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, isn't this your evidence of the paranormal? Don't you think this is the Phantom's familiar swooping down on your doorstep?
Season, for me, this is about you. This is about us. It's about getting you back so you don't divorce me.
I knew it, you fucker!
Elvis, why did you think that would work? We separated because you were driving me crazy.
No, we separated because you stopped trusting me. You stopped trusting in us. I thought maybe if we spent some time together, you'd see that it can work out for us.
You really never give up, do you?
No, but according to the professor, if this doll ends up on your doorstep, you are the next victim. I mean, you're dead. Or, in this case, I'm dead. But, Season, I don't want the curse of Linthead spreading to you next.
Oh, that's just a steaming pile of horse shit. Admit it, Bragg. You bought this doll on eBay just to make yourself look good and avoid paying Skepticom. Well, it won't work. An antique doll isn't evidence of the paranormal.
I will not let Season get hurt, Mark.
Oh, you are such a hero, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. A big fat...
Stop
Not fat.
fighting.
but hero.
I'm gonna check this doll for hair, fingerprints, you name it. Case closed. You two, go somewhere else, okay? Let me do my work.
Oh my God. This stuff does turn you on, doesn't it?
It's my job, Mark.
Yeah, well, aren't you gonna quit all this forensic stuff and come live with me on the Amarillo Ranch? Oh, let me take care of you, Season. Fly you away on romantic weekend getaways.
We'll talk about that.
Trouble in Paradise, Missouri.
Everyone, shoo, except Alyssa.
Season, I just want to make a suggestion. I think it's time we bring in the big guns. I mean, the biggest gun. There's only one person in the world who can end the curse of Linthead, and that person is Dr. Carroll.
Oh, please.
Dr. Carroll.
Carol,
Dr. Carroll. Let me call Dr. Carroll.
fine, do what you want, but it's only gonna make a bad situation worse. Now get out.
Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Dr. Carroll. Carroll. That's Carol with one L and Carol with two L's. I'm a couples therapist and licensed exorcist.
You're Elvis and Season's therapist.
Yes, for 5 years.
But they've been separated for 2 years.
Season has only been attending sessions in spirit for the past 24 months.
So you're actually just Elvis's therapist.
No, I oversee sessions for both of them 2 to 4 times a week as needed.
But if Season doesn't show up...
Her energy wafts around Elvis. I assure you her presence is very real. And he's been doing a lot of hard work to deal with it.
You claim you're a licensed exorcist.
Couples therapy is really more of a side gig. Exorcism is where the money is, especially in telehealth.
Dr. Carol! Carol, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for making a house call.
Of course. Where's the suspected spirit?
In the kitchen, in a doll. Season is doing her fingerprint testing on it right now.
Oh, Season's here.
She is.
I'm so proud of you, Elvis. You visualized her returning to you, and she did.
I couldn't have done it without you and all the work we did in those sessions.
Carol. Season? How's the eye twitch?
I'm working through it.
Remember, if you just admit that you and Elvis belong together, it would stop.
Well, we aren't together, and you're not my therapist anymore.
Season, I'll always be your therapist.
No, I fired you because you always took his side. Everyone always takes his side.
Well, Elvis is doing all the hard work. He didn't just walk out.
Well, that's rich. Really, Elvis hasn't done a day of hard work in his life.
Hey.
And I'm not paying for therapy sessions I didn't attend. Stop sending me bills.
Don't you think you should pay for those sessions karmically?
No, I'm not paying.
Don't you think you're paying for them right now?
I'll show you to the doll. This way.
I thought that only Catholic priests can perform exorcisms.
That's a common misconception. Only Catholic priests can perform imprecatory exorcisms. But anyone with a license and in good standing with the state board can perform deprecatory exorcisms.
Can you explain the difference between imprecatory and deprecatory exorcisms?
Imprecatory exorcists can issue orders and demands on the spirits. The power of Christ compels you! That sort of thing, like you see in the movies. Deprecatory exorcists, like myself, can only utter strongly worded suggestions. You know, I invite you to leave. Wouldn't you prefer to go somewhere else now?
Does that approach work?
Quite well, actually. People are afraid of spirits, but you know what I found? Spirits are afraid of people. They experience terrible generalized anxiety.
Here it is. Tia.
For Tiana. You're so clever, Susan. Your little gal here is so ugly, she's almost cute. Well, hello, little girl. How are you? You doing okay? All right in there? What did you find pathologically?
Well, pathologically, there were no hairs or fingerprints on the doll. Just some strange smudges.
The phantom touch.
The phantom touch.
Ectoplasm from the phantom that transported Tia here.
Ectoplasm isn't real, Carol. Besides, the smudges were powder, dye stuffs.
Of course, dye stuff is found in a textile mill. And she's an original from the Woodpire Mill, isn't she? From the 1920s.
From what I can tell, notice the dull gray face coloring and the vintage clothes. There's also a lack of trademarks or modern fastenings like Velcro. I estimate she's about a century old.
So, Carol, are you getting something? Is there something alive in there?
Yes. My sense of presence.
Third man fallacy. Again. They're both inclined to believe, and so therefore they believe.
Your negative energy is interfering with my positive energy. I need for you to take a step back.
This is my investigation, Carol. I still have tests to run.
I think your little tests have done about as much as they can do. Step back.
I am not stepping back.
Susan, don't be sensitive about this.
Sensitive? You think she can figure this out? Fine. I hope you enjoy writing your little check. Oh, excuse me, your really, really, really freaking big check and losing your precious antique clock.
Susan, don't be that way. We're just trying to find alternatives.
I'm sensing something big, bold, it's huge.
Me.
Salsa, cigars, Cubans.
Yeah, that'd be me. I'm Mark, Missouri. Just came back from a smoke break. And by the way, everything's bigger and bolder in Texas, little lady.
Mark, I'm gonna need for you to take a step back. You're jamming my frequencies. You too, Elvis. I'm gonna need to talk to Tia alone. This will take a minute.
What's happening? Oh, are you okay? She's choking. Oh my God. What is that? Mark? I think she's gonna faint. Grab her. Oh my God. I got her.
Those little balls Carol regurgitated, I examined them.
And
They consisted of cotton, jute, and hemp.
those are the same things that killed the children of Woodpire Mill.
Brown lung disease, byssinosis, just like Linthead, Bullock died from. It's death that occurs from long-term exposure to those materials.
How do you explain that?
Cotton fever. It's a febrile syndrome that presents symptoms of fever and vomiting. You often see it with drug users who filter their drugs through cotton balls.
So are you saying that Carol's a drug user?
I'm not making any accusations, but I'm also not paying for those therapy sessions. I'm not.
Oh my God. Do you think she's gonna be okay?
Elvis,
Carol.
can I talk to you in the kitchen? Come here.
What? Susan, what? What's going on?
So we need to get her to a hospital. Obviously, she's having issues. I need to keep those balls. Do you have any plastic bags?
You want to put the balls in a plastic
I'm
bag?
gonna have to examine them. I've got to see what they are, where they come from.
I mean, they're psychic balls.
They're not psychic.
They're psychic balls.
Just be quiet for one second and listen to me. Okay, I need a bag.
Right.
But I bet you that we can get Mark to take her to the car.
Okay, fine. That's it.
Okay. We need to get
She
her to a
wants to
hospital.
take his balls, her balls, or who's ever balls.
Shut up. We need to get Carol to the hospital. Do you think you can carry her to your truck?
Yeah, I can do that.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah,
All right, all right. I'll get the door for you, okay?
Do you remember how to drive?
Will you stop? God.
Macho Man, I'm hearing the village people. Bye, Mark. Man, what a day. Psychic balls, evil dolls. Whew. What was that? My clock! Season!
What?
My clock! I broke my clock!
What happened?
I sat on my clock.
Why is your clock back there?
I don't know. It was the doll. The evil doll moved my clock.
Oh, God.
Do you have any crazy clue?
Uh-oh. Where did this email come from? And a link to a new video. I swear this wasn't here before. It wasn't here.
Oh my god. Oh, my things.
My God, my kitchen. Susan, where's the doll? Tia's not here. She used your whole roll of toilet paper.
It's tracing paper.
She left a stool sample.
What's wrong with
She
you?
wrote a pink Sharpie all over my cabinets. Help me clean it up.
No, I don't live here anymore. The door.
Lynn's head.